Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. I got Eric with me. That's his hand. It's hard to reposition the thing holding my phone, so you're just gonna have to look at his shoulder. It's okay. He's got really nice shoulders. It's an honor for you. But no, I love Eric's shoulders. That was one of the first things that attracted me to him, was his shoulders. And back then his shoulders weren't that broad and sexy. They were just kind of just normal, and I still liked them. But anyway, you do not have terrible shoulders. I love Eric's shoulders. It's the shoulders.
All shoulders.
Remember Aunt Fiona with Chris Hemsworth? It's the shoulders. The shoulders. And she said that about Logan Paul. I talk like Aunt Fiona isn't me, or Aunt Leona isn't me. Aunt Leona is a character I've done on my video before. I haven't done Aunt Leona in a long time, and a lot of you are new and don't know her, so I'm going to have to bring her back to dialogue with y'all a little bit. But anyway, this video is about seafood. Particularly where I grew up, that area, there's seafood industry. So I grew up in a shrimp and crab and fishing town. And most people in that town were, except for the shrimp tycoons that my family my sister married into for a brief period of time. My mind just went completely blank. Oh, but anyway, except for the shrimping tycoons, most people in that community were pretty much poor, and almost everybody there worked on the shrimp boats or at the marina, or, in that capacity. And even I, when I was a little girl, would pop the heads off a shrimp and get paid a little moolah under the table for it. I mean, by little kid, I mean like 7 years old. Me and my brother, who would have been 9 at the time, we would just go up there with our galoshes and these meat aprons. Is that what they're called? Meat aprons? The rubber aprons?
Yeah, that's what I call them. And
just pop the heads off of shrimp. And now I can't do it. I can't touch live shrimp now. It makes me sad. Well, I don't think they were live, though, by the time they got to our little workstation. But anyway, it was majorly shrimp, few different types of fish, and crabs. And in that community, because everyone was so poor, that stuff was considered, I've said this in a previous video, like peasant food. Peasants. Right, Eric? Peasants. But we would, there would be big community fish fries, and my dad and my brother-in-law would get these big barrels and put some kind, I don't remember exactly how it was done, some type of grating over there. They'd fill it with firewood and stuff, and they would cook shrimp and stuff over those, and they had these big vats of oil, and they would fry the fish in it, and the hush puppies. And everybody in the community would just gather together and eat it. And it was all free, except for the hush puppy mix and the ingredients like that. But it was all pretty much free because it was the bounty that they got off of the shrimp boats. Because there would be the stuff they'd sell, but then there would also be the stuff we would keep for ourselves. And we'd have scallops and all kinds of things, because there'd be some surprises in those nets. And if we could make food out of it, we did. And nobody was worried about mercury poisoning back then, I guess. But I don't think mercury poisoning is that big of an issue in Mayport. You don't hear about kids in Mayport getting mercury poisoning. No. I'll have to research that a little bit. But anyway, we ate a lot of dang seafood. And that was, I know I talk about how I had a sad childhood, and I did, but like I told you in my Halloween video, there were things that were special that I remember, you know, that were nice. Like the big fish fries were fun, you know, be all of us kids climbing trees and stuff, and somebody cut all those trees down. They cut my climbing tree down, Eric. But I had one tree, it was my tree that I climbed, and it had a little twig, a little branch sticking up that nothing would grow off of. And my dad got me like rolls of like calculator ribbon, like the paper, calculator paper, and it fit perfectly on that little thing, right? So I would go up there and just with a book or something hard to hold the paper on, and I would just color on the calculator paper. Oh, that was funny. But anyway, and my dad like even made a little like comfortable little seating area up there for me too. But anyway, we had a lot of shrimp and fish and crabs. So, and then when I see how much all this stuff cost in restaurants, it blows my mind, because we literally got all that stuff for free. And the children caught the crabs. We would go, we all had crab traps. Some of us had little boats. And there was, you know, little 8-year-olds going out in the middle of the St. Johns River alone in their little boats to catch fish and stuff. And it was fine. Everyone was safe. Everyone was fine.
Child labor.
Yeah. The only threat to us was the high number of perverts that lived in that town. We weren't in danger. The St. Johns River wasn't a danger to us. It was the people, the humans, that were a danger to children. Because I've seen some things. But I'd rather just talk about the good times right now. This is a happy video.
It wasn't all sadness.
It wasn't all sadness and misery and pain and suffering. There was some good parts of it. So, but I have taken you down here before where I grew up. But we're going back today because I feel like having some seafood. So we're going to Safe Harbor, which is where the marina used to be. I mean, they still have a marina over there, but it's not, I don't think it's public access like it used to be. Like back in the day, there was this area called Monty's Marina, and it kind of reminded me of like an old-timey dance hall. But, you know, during the day it was a restaurant, and you can go in there and get sandwiches and stuff. And, but they also had, I seem to remember they had like bingo and all kinds of things like that there too in the evening. They had dances and stuff there. Fishing contests. My brother, when he was, I don't know, he was like 8 years old. Everything happens when you're 8 there. He was a little kid, but he won first place in a fishing contest for catching the biggest fish. And that was in competition against grown men and everything. But I mean, what difference does it make? A fishing pole is a fishing pole, whether a grown man is holding it or a little kid. But if I can find a picture of that, I will insert it right here. So, if I found the picture, then you saw his flounder. We were really proud of that flounder, and I remember eating it. I remember them filleting it and cooking it, and it was good too. I like flounder. I think I like flounder more than catfish. I mean, they're both bottom feeders, you know, and the people, like, that's lowly to eat bottom feeders, but catfish and flounder are good. What do you think, Eric?
I like both of those fish.
What do you have a preference?
I don't really have a preference when it comes to fish.
I like
just eat whatever the restaurant brings me. Tilapia or whatever.
Yeah, unless you're ordering a specific fish, you're probably getting tilapia in restaurants. If you're
That's
not,
pretty good to me.
tilapia is fine. And people are like, well, it's chemically engineered, or it's engineered fish. So what? It's still fish. Still good.
There was a guy catching them out of the pond at the sewage treatment plant over there in Atlantic Beach, and he'd take them home with him and eat them.
Yeah.
They put them in there to control the algae and all that.
Yeah, that's what they said in the land at Disney World. They have tilapia tanks there. But tilapia makes great fish tacos because it's not a very fishy tasting fish. And I like that. I like, also a lot of times in restaurants, if you're not getting a specific kind of fish and you're not getting tilapia, you're probably getting shark meat. Remember when they told us that?
I think they make scallops, like fake scallops out of shark meat and
Yeah.
stuff too.
That
Just cut them in little circles.
that crab meat, what is it called?
I don't really
Shrimmy.
know exactly what a scallop is. Is that like a little oyster
It's
type
a-
thing?
It's a shellfish. You're so shellfish. Oh, look at all the election-y people. They're rooting for their person. I don't know who any of those people on those signs are.
Chris Hoffman, you know who she is?
Oh, I do
Can I
know
say
her. Yeah, you can say that. She's running for office. That guy looked pissed. Doesn't seem like a very big... This seems more like a Harris Walls area than back there. You know? That way was more Trump stuff, and this way is more Harris Walls. I'm not choosing sides. I'm just observing. I'm just observing. Don't come at me in my comments.
They got Vicious Biscuit over there.
Vicious Biscuit. That replaced it. I wonder what that is. We'll have to look that
I
up.
wonder if that's owned by the Vicious family.
Probably not. I don't think that was his birth name. Do you know his real name?
I don't know, but I do know Jerry Only once had a thing going with his mom. Jerry Only from the Misfits.
Yeah, didn't she like have a restaurant and she lived in the apartment above the restaurant or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. I don't remember the details.
I can't believe that shithole's still open. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. So it's ABBQ. It's a barbecue restaurant, but it's bougie. And barbecue shouldn't be bougie. I like bougie, okay? I do like bougie things. But a barbecue restaurant should not be bougie. When you order food in a restaurant, you should get a big-ass plate of food. Like a barbecue restaurant, you should get a big-ass plate of food. No questions asked. Though there might be a few questions, like what sides do you want? But that
Barbecue should not be like that. It's not for food. It's not a foodie thing.
ABBQ, that place is bullcrap.
Mexican food shouldn't be like that either, in my opinion.
Right. I go to a restaurant to eat, well, that's not true either. I like bougie restaurants now. Marshall likes bougie restaurants too. Eric does not like bougie restaurants. You'll see the video when we do the experience, but me and Marshall are planning a very, very bougie Disney experience. And I showed Eric a video of people on YouTube going to this particular restaurant. I don't want to name it now because there's going to be a video. And he watched the video because I asked him if he wanted to go with us, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Usually he's pretty agreeable. But he watched that, and then he's like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to do that. It's going to be fun. But Eric is going to do the tasting experience at Haleo with me, right? You're going to do that with me one day, right?
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds like it. But I think the only thing about that, Eric, and this is going to sound weird coming out of my mouth after what I just told y'all earlier in this video, is that you get head-on shrimp there for the tasting experience. That's part of the tasting experience, is head-on shrimp. And I don't like to be served shrimp that still has the head on it. So I probably won't eat them. I'm not a big shrimp fan anyway, to tell you the truth. They bug me. There's just something about them that weirds me out. I used to love shrimp. This is a recent thing. I don't know if it's a texture thing or what it is. That I've just been weirded out by shrimp lately. You know? They're delicious, and I know they're delicious, but there's something about eating them just freaks me out, man. Egg Boy. Bones Pizza. They are trying to gentrify Mayport Road, one restaurant at a time.
That was like a used appliance store.
Yeah.
And a hardware store in there.
Yeah. Because they got this pie restaurant. Is it still a pie restaurant? Is Hog Heaven, or is it shut down? The pie place? And people say it's wonderful.
Where's
Pie
that?
Heaven, right there.
Oh.
It's supposed to be wonderful pie.
KJ's Kitchen. Was that KJ's Kitchen?
Yeah, it was KJ's at one point. I never went there. But when it was KJ's Kitchen, I heard it was wonderful. But I heard it from people that live down here, and these people don't have any taste. I'm sorry if you're from Mayport listening to me talk crap about you. And y'all aren't even the worst part, because this is different Mayport. I'm going to historic Mayport, which is worse.
The Voussoir Lounge.
Voussoir.
I don't even know if that place ever existed.
So it did. It did.
I remember seeing that sign all the time.
So I used to work in this daycare called Abba's Children. And it was Voussoir before it became a daycare. And my boss told me when they first opened it up, first bought it, they had to clean it up, and they went upstairs, and there's the upstairs area is like separate rooms, and you can see where they kind of had their little private parties, and they found bits like roaches, like marijuana. That's what they were called, right? The little.
They found marijuanas. I can't believe people would smoke that.
But this was in like 1989.
That was a pretty big deal.
I
back
worked
then.
there.
Not everybody did.
Yeah, but you can see she said where they had their private parties. Voussoir was a place where it was sort of like a house of ill repute. It was like they did a variety of things there, like
Smoked
marijuanas and had intercourse. They were drug doing fornicators. Yeah, didn't you know that about it?
Not really.
And then I think there was a other Voussoir down the street from there, but I think that's gone too. But
I just know they had a sign right there by KJ's Kitchen, and I thought KJ's Kitchen was the Voussoir for a long time, but
I worked at the Voussoir. After it was the Voussoir, it became a daycare center for children. And it was funny. There was this one little boy. Well, I mean, this was in 1989, so he's all grown up and a man now, but his name was Chucky. And he would fall, purposely fall down and like do this kind of position with his body and go, Middawn! Middawn! That was Miss Dawn. He'd go, Middawn, help me! Middawn, help me! He was so cute. Then I had this one little boy when I worked at another daycare who would hold my arm all the time and just look at me with this loving gaze. And one day I looked down at him, he goes, I love you, Miss Dawn. Do you know how much I love you? Oh, gosh, they were so cute.
if only he knew.
we're heading down into historic Mayport. Look, that's still a kangaroo, Eric. Did you know that?
Huh.
Huh.
No, I didn't know that.
That's interesting. Kangaroo is a convenience store around here. I don't know if you have one where you live, but a Circle K bought them, and then it became a Circle K, but this is still a kangaroo.
That's the Kangaroo Express. When you're really in a hurry.
So they don't sell lottery tickets and cigarettes.
They probably do.
They still got a red box.
It's like stepping back in time.
Yeah. I haven't seen a red box in a while. Have you? Maybe I'm just not paying attention.
I think so. I don't know.
Do people even do that anymore?
I don't even think the technology exists to play videos.
I heard VHS is making a comeback, but it's going to be sort of like vinyl. It's going to be way overpriced and ridiculous. You know? I used to love video stores. I had this thing about video stores, 1980 style video stores, and they're so not shortly, but after Eric and I were dating for a while, I moved up to Virginia to be with him, and I didn't drive, so we lived in this area where there was a lot of stuff convenient enough to walk to. Wasn't the safest place in the area, but still. And we had this video store, and I would just go in there and go to the horror movie section and just look at all the boxes and just be fascinated by the whole thing. And I loved it so much, and it had the creepy curtain with the naughty videos on the other side of it. And it was all, why does it seem like at all those places it was always a floral curtain, like they were trying to soften the blow of what was behind that curtain. So, yeah.
They had a horror section. I think Blockbuster had a horror section too.
Yeah, Blockbuster had a horror section, but it was whatever. They didn't have a curtained off area. Blockbuster was a strictly family store. I remember when the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre was coming out on video, but I was renting the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Remember that old guy that worked at Blockbuster? He was like, told me I couldn't, he said, this isn't actually available for rent yet. I'm like, yes it is. And he's like looking at it, and I'm like, this isn't available until tomorrow. I'm like, this is not that one. This he was trying to, I'm like, can I just get this please? And finally I was able to rent it, but he did go, I did see him walk towards the back with the box, and because you know you bring the box up there and they give you the movie, and then he went up there, and back there I saw him going to investigate, probably talk to his manager. He was like the male version of a Karen. Okay, so we're gonna go into Safe Harbor and have some food.
Do you want to go to the Safe Harbor Seafood Market?
Sure. Okay, so we're taking our walk across here. So where I'm looking over here, that's where Monty's Marina was, the building. Also, since we're out here, I'll show y'all where I broke my arm and where I got hit by a motorcycle and where I was attacked by the dog. Even though people don't like me to talk about that. Oh. Oh.
perched on the poster.
Oh. Eric, you're my lobster. Yeah. So this is some crab dip. So I put a little bit on my cracker. I want to give it a taste. It's delicious. See how Eric likes it. What do you think?
Good.
It's a little smoky. It's a little smoky. Okay, here's mine. I got some scallops, French fries, and hush puppies. And then there's Eric. He got a crab cake.
Krabby Patty.
Krabby Patty. A crab burger. What is that? A crab cake sandwich?
Crab cake, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it has a cute name.
Molly from Mammoth Club would love that poster. Look at this sweet manatee. Okay. Let's walk down here and see. It's a nice day. It's nice and breezy. I probably should have taken allergy medicine before I came outside for any length of time. You know? Look, guys, there goes the carnival elation. We saw it last time. Oh, look at all the pelicans. We'll look at the pelicans after we get the elation close up. I can't wait to go on another cruise. I love cruises. They're gonna have so much fun, even on a carnival cruise. Hi, birds. I'm just kidding. Carnival cruises are fun. Look at him. cruise. Do you see the orange lifeboats? But you know that because of Disney, they can now use yellow lifeboats. And you know why too, right?
Because of the big shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's look at these guys. Okay, Alan. Look at all the pelicans. Ain't they sweet? I love them. They're beautiful. Aren't they beautiful, Eric? He's really moving, isn't it? I'm about to fall over. Yeah, let me get them closer, see if I can get closer to them. They generally don't like closeness, but hey guys! Oh, they're so pretty. I love them. There seems to be a little kerfuffle. There's a little kerfuffle over here. So. Having a gang war with the seagulls. Hey, you guys stop acting like that. Come on, fish, get away. Get away, fish.
I think it's too late for the fish.
Oh. That was fun. We got to see the carnival elation again, and all those pelicans. I love birds. They're beautiful. I just love birds. My sister and her daughter are terrified of birds. I think my sister has gotten over it a little bit, but I just love birds. I even like vultures. I just love them all so much. I don't know why. I've just always been drawn to birds. Why do you think that is, Eric?
Because you were a bird in a past life.
I was a bird in a past life.
Yes. It's the only possible explanation.
Really? I just love them. They're so beautiful. Birds are just lovely. And you know, I love ducks, chickens, all kinds of birds. My belly is full though, Eric. It's so weird. Isn't hunger weird how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling Eric earlier, you can be so hungry and go and go and go and go and go. Like, you think we can park right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one we can.
Okay. But anyway, you can go for a long time without eating, and then you know, be hungry and get hungrier and hungrier and hungrier, and then eat, and you could still only eat the same amount to fill you up that, you know, at any other time. Really. At least that's how it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for weight loss surgery. But I never had that big of an appetite before then. I just have to concentrate on eating healthier things now because I'm not getting proper nutrients if I don't do that. And I haven't done my vitamin regimen in like a week, Eric. You're not advocating properly. You're not making me do it.
I just now became aware of that.
Oh, okay. All right, so let's go for another walk. Never ever done anything with this. This right here has always just been a big empty lot, except the first Jacksonville Jazz Festival. It was the Mayport Jazz Festival, and they had it down here, and this was all booths and stuff. It was neat to have something that was such a big deal down in this little shithole. People are gonna be so mad at me for calling this place a shithole. I want to make a giant hot chocolate cup decoration.
Me too.
But I need to get the... So this is Palmer Street. This is where I lived when I was a kid. This is a good shot. Hold on, let me get a picture of this. So this right here, I don't want to show it too closely because people live there. But see that window up there? That was the Bloody Mary window. That was our Bloody Mary house. You know, every neighborhood has something like that. We have several things like that. That's the Bloody Mary house, but there are other things. I always thought that was a cute house though, but I never wanted to go into it because of the whole Bloody Mary thing. So this over here, right here, there was a row of trees going that way, and that's where my climbing tree was. And right about that spot is where we got attacked by the dog. Oh, and right about here is where I got hit by the motorcycle. That was the day I got the cast taken off my arm. And right here, so we had this little shop called Mr. Pickett's. And Mr. Pickett was the butcher, but in his shop he had candy and, you know, some grocery items, newspapers, magazines, things like that, soda. And we would always go there and, you know, I would go up there to get my mom cigarettes for her, and he was like cool with that.
Did he have sun grease?
And I think so. And that right there, about the third step up, that's where I broke my arm. Okay. Oh man, I was a mess of a kid. Oh, and Mr. Pickett would let us come in his shop with our skates on and stuff. I know my mom always complained about how overpriced he was, but she always got her meats and stuff from him, and he wore the big butcher apron, and we would stand there and watch him butcher the meat, like cut the steaks and stuff. I always liked to watch him ground the meat up in the grinder. This house was always well kept. I'm sure it's not the same people anymore. It's hi, kitty. Been a long time. Hi, Kit Kat.
We have the cats now, so it's probably not as well.
Okay. That's really all I have to show down here. Okay. I just wanted to show you this is my Faces of Death episode. Except not Faces of Death. I didn't die in any of the incidences. I mean, all those things, well, the broken arm and then getting hit by the motorcycle happened one right off the other, but that was when I was 5, 6 years old. The dog thing was when I was 4. So if I had a gazillion dollars, I would buy all of this land out here in Mayport, pay everybody who lives here off, and just completely flatten this place, bleach clean it, do some, lemon scented joy all over it, wash it really good, and then I would turn it into she's got a kitty, and turn it into a tourist attraction. That's what I would do. I would be one of those people. I would build a nice boardwalk, have paddle boats, ice cream parlor, maybe a haunted attraction, wax museum, a Ferris wheel. You got to have a Ferris wheel. All kinds of stuff, and just make it a place, make it a destination. And then everybody everybody would hate me. And say, how could you be a Mayport girl and tear this place down like that? And I would be, gosh, I got gazillion, bazillion dollars. They would be mad, though, if I did something like that. You can't be a Mayportian and hate it as much as I did. I did, though. This place is pretty much a toilet. And it, you know, there are people that get mad when I say that. They're like, well, you must have not lived there when I lived there. I'm like, it's shitty. I don't know when you lived there, but when I lived there, it was shitty and was shitty since. And I've been here since 1970, like when I was an infant. But, you know, but I guess most people weren't running home from the, you know, little girls were not treated well in this town. And it seems like a lot of people don't remember that. I remember it, though. But I don't understand how, Eric, like bad memories like that, people just wash away so easily. I mean, they're just, we were like always having to run home from the bus stop because parents wouldn't pick us up at the bus stop. We had to run home from the bus stop because of all the bad men that were just walking around looking for us, you know? And then people want to say, it was such a nice little town. No, not if you were a little girl, it was not. It's horrific. Okay. But there are still fun times, though, like the fish fries, breaking your arm, skating, and stuff. Okay, so that was our little jaunt out to Mayport and my little talk about seafood. Eric's getting ready to take a nap, but there he is. Say hi, Eric. Are you ready to take a nap now? Your belly is full? How was your crab cake sandwich? Good. My scallops are really good, and they weren't shark either. They were real scallops. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to everyone later. Bye. Baby Bill, yes, she's sweet. Baby.